everyone, and welcome to a new video. So my goal originally was to have the first episode of my newest series today. Unfortunately, things did not go according to plan, so my new goal is to have the first episode in 2 weeks. So bear with me. I've been working really hard on it for a while, so I'm really ready to get ready and start it, but I know you all are probably just as much ready as I am, hopefully, anyway, because I've been talking about it forever. So hopefully in 2 weeks, guys, 2 weeks from today, I'll have the first episode. But for now, I am here with a new reflection, and I want to talk about this week living on a college campus. College can be so much fun. It's supposed to be one of the funnest is not a word, Carrie. You're in college, that is not a word. One of the most fun times of your life. I was gonna say the funnest 4 years of your life, but it can be over that, and funnest isn't a word. Forgive me. I've been sick, okay? That's my excuse, and I'm using it because I've been full of snot. But I have my notes, like always. But most colleges and universities require freshmen to live on campus. I know my college in particular, if you're a freshman, you have to live on campus unless you live within 50-mile radius of campus. So you have to live on campus. But if you're not a freshman, you can commute if you want to or whatever. But this past August was my first time at a university. So my best friend and I lived in a dorm for the first time. And dorm life. Oh, dorm life. Some people love the thought of it. Some people hate the thought of it. And I was one of those people that loved the thought of it because I had dreamed about dorm life since I was 10. I used to pretend my bedroom was a dorm room. My best friend, on the other hand, absolutely hated the idea of dorm life. And so we were such on different spectrums with the whole dorm thing, but we lucked out and we actually ended up with a semi-suite, which a semi-suite is when you share a bathroom just with one other set of roommates. So it's two people on one side and two people on the other. And we lucked out that we only had one girl. So that was the thing. But I will be honest. I wrote it on here. Dorm life was fun. I enjoyed myself, but it's not as fun as I wanted it to be. Because unless you're extremely social, which I'm not, living in a dorm over the age of 19, maybe over the age of 20, is difficult. I was the oldest one on the floor, and I was older even than my RA, and it was just very difficult to be the oldest one on the floor. I don't know, just something about that. But I wasn't very sociable, so it didn't really matter. But it was just kind of weird though, because there were times, I kid you not, this is a true story, my best friend and I got on the elevator to go down, and there was these two guys on the elevator, and they were talking. And one of them was talking about getting a fake ID. Yeah, and I just was in such shock that was a real thing, and then I was in such shock that, whoa, I've had a real ID, well, no, I don't even put quotes, I have my real ID for 2 years at that point, and almost 3, or 2, 1, yeah, sorry, almost 2, because, your real ID is your 20, 21, whatever, I'm sorry, full snot, but it's just, it blew my mind. And it made me feel, I don't want to say weird, because that's not the right word. It was just kind of what? How? What? So, honestly, unless you're really sociable, dorm life is really hard when you're over a certain age. As a freshman, I can see it being so much fun, because there's all kinds of things that your RA plans, and you can get involved in, and it's fun. And I applaud anybody who lives in a dorm with a complete stranger. I don't know how people do it. I couldn't have done it because I lived with my best friend and I couldn't have imagined living with anybody else, and I'm so lucky that I had her. And I actually had to move out of the dorm second semester. I could not afford it. And that's the thing. Unfortunately, as much as I think, and maybe many others think, that dorm life is something everybody should get the opportunity to experience. Maybe if you don't want to experience it, that's a different story. But if you want to, like I did, for instance, and had dreamed of it for 12 years, you should have the opportunity to be there. It's just so overpriced. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's unreal. It is completely unreal how much they charge you to live in the dorms. And it's just going to keep going up. I know my university is trying to redo a lot of dorms, and the pricing is going up on like other dorms. It's just, it's crazy. I just can't believe it. But a few things I didn't realize about the dorm is that the walls are insanely thin. I don't know if it's just my university, but insanely thin. And then you forget, or you don't forget, you miss, there we go, the simple pleasures of showering without shoes on. Because when you are in a dorm, you gotta shower with shoes. If you don't, please do. Please, for your health, please wear shoes. But you miss not showering with shoes on. Let's see, make sure I hit all the key points that I wanted to make. Oh, my best friend, I was going to just say, she got extremely lucky because we were already lucky enough that we only had one girl for our suite mate. But when I moved out, she didn't come back either. There was something that happened and she couldn't return. So my best friend had the whole bathroom for herself, had the dorm for herself. She lucked out. And she didn't have to pay for a single room. And she just lucked out big time. But if you have the money, and sometimes you don't, and you're a freshman and you have to live on campus, that's why it makes me feel bad for people that like come out of state. Like, it's more expensive, and it's like you have no choice unless you get an apartment. Try dorm life. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But I was lucky enough to have my best friend. And one thing that I really personally, because this is a personal experience, hated about the dorm life, or hated leaving dorm life, is that when my best friend and I were home, we hung out all the time, like all the time. And then when we were living together in the dorm, we literally saw each other every single day. We hung out all the time. Unless one of us were in class or had to go to the library and study, we were there with each other all the time. Then when I had to move out and move in with my dad, I hardly saw her. And it was really sad. So I really missed the aspect of living with my best friend. So if you have a best friend, I've talked about living with your best friend in a Past Advice Friday. I believe it's the 78th one, maybe 79th. It was right before the 80th one. But I talk about it there. But make sure you all understand each other and respect each other. But that is it, guys. Thank you for watching this episode of Reflection. This is number 4, so it's exciting to see that number keep going up, because I just did the 10th, the Truth, and the 80th Advice Friday. Crazy. I'm losing my voice again. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Until next time.